I am your host, Mike Garcia. I am the marketing manager here at iMatrix. And today we're going to go ahead and go over a couple things on how you can start your new year off the right way. First one being mobile and responsive website design. Second being the social media for managing your reputation. That's a big, important topic. A lot of people need to know how to do that, what to do when you get a good review, what to do when you get a bad review. Do you do anything when you get a good review? Of course you do. And what do you do in regards to both of those? Third, video marketing to convert viewers. Again, video marketing is one of those things that's not necessarily the hottest topics that people know about. A lot of times people tend to know a lot about social media and everything else, but video tends to be a little foreign to them. So we'll kind of go over that a little bit as well, and so you can convert those viewers to get them into your office. Fourth would be driving website traffic to get more appointments. You definitely want to get people to go to your website, and you want to make use of all the functionality that your website has for you, as well as any kind of call to actions that are on the website, whether it's requesting an appointment or emailing you guys or scheduling any kind of questions that they might have about any symptoms that they are currently experiencing, and ways that you can try to get them to create appointments off that and get them into your office from there. And then last but not least is creating quality content. Now, creating quality content is something that's especially important for websites. It's really, content is king still, and it probably will be for quite some time. Great content on your website is going to basically be what's going to have people be able to find you on your website. It's what's going to help you pull up in the search rankings on Google and Yahoo and such. And without good content, people aren't going to really be able to find what they're looking for, and they're not going to be able to find your website. So once you have the content on your website, then they'll be able to actually see, on the search results, your website and other pages of your website. And then once they get to your website, they'll actually see there's a whole wealth of knowledge of things that you guys have, and it'll actually add credibility to you as a business, because they'll actually think that you know what you're talking about, and it'll make them feel a little more comfortable, a little less apprehensive in actually going in. There is kind of a little roadblock when people do, go to certain businesses. They aren't too sure if it's the right one. Really, the website is the window for them to look into your business before they actually make a trip to go down there. So first, we're going to start with mobile. Mobile is now. Mobile search is not really, it's not only the fastest growing trend in online activity, it's really kind of what is now. It's not necessarily a trend anymore. It's here, and it's in the present. It's taking over. A lot of people are using mobile, whether it's their cell phone, it's a tablet, anything of the such. And more consumers are really turning to their mobile devices to search on the internet for anything, whether it's reviews or a phone number or a business. And what's even more significant is that they're using these mobile devices to search for local businesses like your own. So this means the consumer will likely search for maybe, let's say, an optometrist or a chiropractor or a vet on their smartphone itself. Maybe they're on the go. Maybe they have it synced up to their navigation on their phone, which they use when they drive anywhere. I know I do. So it's very important. And about 40% of all mobile searches are local, so they're around your area. Hand in hand with the mobile trend is also the multi-screen trend. So consumers are no longer just using their smartphone or their computer. Now they're using, again, tablets, laptops, TVs for searching. There's a lot of smart TVs out there. Gaming devices, Xbox, PlayStation, all these new devices that are out there all have internet capabilities and search capabilities, and so they're using those. So, for example, let's just kind of say a consumer might search for, let's say, a local optometrist on their computer, while they're at work. Then when they're on their way at home, maybe they'll search again on their phone, so they can really make a phone call pretty much immediately and make an appointment. So there's a lot of different ways that you really want to kind of be found, and mobile is very important. And it's really essential that your mobile, or that your website can adapt to show the different user-friendly versions that your website has. Whether it's mobile responsive. And so if anyone doesn't really know what mobile responsive websites are, it's when you have, let's say, a standard website that's on your desktop, and then that same website, when you look at it on your phone or a mobile device like a tablet, it will shrink down and conform to fit the format to that screen. So it's not necessarily like looking at, let's say, a 30-inch screen or a 25-inch screen at home on your desktop, and then pulling it up on your, let's say, 5-inch screen on your phone, and then having to scroll all the way, for the same size. If you put your phone up to your computer screen right now, you'll kind of imagine if a site's not mobile, how much scrolling, how many of those phone screens you'll have to use to cover up your desktop monitor. That's essentially what happens with a website that's not mobile responsive. There's a lot of scrolling, and you just get lost. You feel like you're in a huge supermarket not knowing where you're going. Mobile responsive is basically conforming down so that it shrinks everything into smaller modules, and it basically makes it a lot easier so that there's a lot less scrolling, a lot less searching on your phone, and everything's easily accessible within that 5 inches of space or 10 inches of space if you're using a tablet. So making sure that you have a mobile responsive design, which a lot of our designs are mobile responsive. We might have one or two that are mobile friendly, which the difference between that and mobile responsive is mobile friendly tends to be a little responsive where it's not as much scrolling, it's kind of meeting in the middle, whereas the mobile responsive, the fully mobile responsive is going to be completely, I mean, you can shrink it down. If you actually want to test it out, you can take your browser, the corner of it when you look at your website, and shrink it down, just kind of drag it as you're holding the mouse, drag it into, the corners of it into a smaller version, and it should kind of slowly respond as you do that. So again, responsive design leads to you getting found online when people look for you, whether it's on a desktop or a mobile device or a tablet. And again, local consumers are the ones that are actually searching for that. So in 2015, mobile searches will definitely surpass desktop searches. It's just inevitable. A lot of people nowadays are just getting more and more tablets. They're getting more and more mobile phones. Phones and tablets are just getting more and more high-tech and sophisticated. And really, it's only kind of a few people that actually use desktops anymore. I'll be completely honest, a lot of people here at iMatrix, like myself, I actually have a laptop that I use as my primary machine, and I just have it hooked up to monitors. So that way I could take my laptop, on the go, work on the weekends or at nighttime or whatever it may be. But regardless, it's so much easier now to not even have a desktop, to just have any kind of mobile device, and then you can connect it to any other kind of device, whether it's a monitor. If I wanted to, and I wanted to go at home, I can actually use this laptop and connect it to my TV. Same thing with a phone, same thing with a tablet. So a lot of consumers are going to just kind of go the easy route because it's mobile and they can take it with them, and it's just accessible anytime, anywhere they go. 57% of consumers won't recommend companies with poor mobile sites. So remember that. If someone's looking at maybe 5 different sites, they might choose, half of them just based off the fact that they are able to easily access the information on the website because it's mobile responsive. Whereas if it's not mobile responsive, it just might be harder, and they just might get frustrated and just, say forget about it. So next is going to be social media. Social media for managing your reputation is definitely big. Your reputation online is huge. I mean, keep in mind that a lot of people are leaving reviews for you. A lot of them aren't necessarily always good reviews. Sometimes they're bad reviews. But people take a look at these reviews and they make a statement about your business if they don't know about it. And whether it's good or bad, you need to make sure you know what to do with it. And one thing that people don't realize is that social media is actually a way that people get reviews, whether it's good or bad. And social media being one of the largest mediums that people are using right now online, it's very important because a lot of people are on Facebook. I mean, there's well over 1 billion users on Facebook. Same thing with Twitter. Twitter's highly used as well. So if anyone leaves any kind of review, you want to make sure that you are aware of it. And a lot of times when people leave a good review, they just kind of, or they receive a good review, they just kind of leave it as is, and it's like, oh, okay, thanks. But you need to respond to that because of the fact that when you get a good review, a lot of times people want to know that you got it, and they want to know that the effort that they put towards leaving your review for you was actually, appreciated and it was worth it. You don't have to say much, but just in the fact of thank you so much, we appreciate your business. Feel free to stop by anytime. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Those kind of things are things that get people to refer people to your business. Now, of course, if it's a bad review, you definitely want to kind of jump on it right away, but you want to have a game plan when you do so, and you don't want to just jump on it in the heat of the moment. You want to kind of think about what you're going to say first and foremost, and the biggest thing I can tell you about reviews, whether it's good or bad, well, I guess especially if it's bad, and especially if it's on social media, is do not get into a mudslinging contest. That is the worst thing, and that makes your business look so bad if you end up just slinging mud back and forth with the client. Get to a point where if it's one response and the client wants to respond again, and if you just don't even respond a second time. I would say key rule, the golden rule, is respond once. If the client comes back at you wanting to respond some more, try to contact them if you have their contact info outside of the web. Maybe contact them through email, contact them through phone number, see what you can do. And if that doesn't work, then you can probably send a second response to them just saying, look, we would love to, resolve this situation. Feel free to give us a call. We're more than happy to help. We're going to go ahead and try to, right this wrong, whatever it may be. Leave contact info if you need to, and then leave it at that. And if they want to sling more mud, that's fine. I mean, just leave it at that. So some stats that maybe you didn't know if you did or not, but 72% of adults visit Facebook at least once a month, whether it's to be social or whether it's to review some businesses online. And 46% of Twitter users tweet at least once a day. So, Twitter is used a lot, but a lot of times people are using Facebook, twice as much. And again, it's one of those things that you need to really make sure that, if you respond, that it's planned out, it's thought out, and again, just don't get into a mudslinging contest on that. 53% of interactions between a Google Plus user and a brand is positive. So, a lot of times if you do have a positive response to a brand, or someone has a response to your brand and it's positive, maybe respond, just say thank you, again, say that, you appreciate their business and that you are glad to have them as a client or a customer. 1 billion is the average YouTube mobile video views each day. So again, a lot of times people don't realize that YouTube can be considered a social media platform just because you can leave reviews on comments. A lot of people can leave bad comments. You can leave website links, things like that, contact info and a video description. People can contact you in certain ways. So it's definitely considered one of those social media platforms. And again, if you aren't too sure on what to do with some of these responses, just don't get into a mudslinging contest. Figure out a way that you can private message someone, or just try to figure out a way that you can get them to call you or contact you outside of the internet, because that definitely will turn bad if you start slinging mud. So, and again, last is engagement. Let's say someone leaves some kind of engagement on your social media platform or whatnot, and it's obviously a good thing. Well, the thing is, comments, reviews, those are also engagement. And again, you're going to want to definitely think of different ways that you can, I don't want to say attack the problem, but just kind of tackle the problem with multiple different options. Come to them with multiple solutions, different ways that you can kind of think of to fix the situation. That way they don't come back at you and sling mud even more. And that's one of the biggest issues. You offer a resolution, the client doesn't like it, they come back at you, and then again, it's just back and forth, back and forth. So maybe kind of give them a couple options, a couple ways that they can actually get the problem fixed, and hopefully that will end up being better than not. Another thing you can do is hashtag any kind of post that you have. So as you can see here, we have a post about leveraging social media for your business. Again, we put a hashtag social media marketing, making sure that all of your posts are optimized properly, making sure that they have proper title, making sure that they have your website address, a little snippet of what the video or what the post is about, and something that's maybe engaging, maybe saying, what would you do to leverage social media for your business, and seeing what people, well, obviously you're going to be talking to clients if they don't have a business, but in our sense, this is kind of what we would do for you guys. So for your instance, how do you leverage social media, or doing something where you can actually leverage it somehow. If you have a post about pet grooming, or if you have a post about how to sit properly with proper posture, try to make it a question, or make it so that it's engaging, so that people can actually leave a response and get some kind of engagement out of it. So next we have video marketing to convert viewers. It's one of those things that a lot of times people just aren't too sure how to use video, what to do with it. I have all these videos, and I have all these different stretches, and I have these different ways to give your pet medicine, and all these different FAQ kind of how-to videos. Like, what do I use with? What do I do with them? How do I use them? So videos become a requirement really of online marketing. Tremendous improvements really in video quality on smartphones, tablets. Pretty much any other device has really made it easy for anyone to kind of shoot a high-definition video, GoPro, whatever it may be. The accessibility of video sharing sites also have gone up, like YouTube, Vimeo, Metacafe. They've made it really easy to upload, to edit videos, and to share them as well. You can share them directly from your phone. And video really does improve conversion rates because it conveys more memorable information in a short amount of time. So in a time when consumers have so many distractions, it's really important to reach to them efficiently in a medium that they really prefer. I mean, if someone was to see an article and then they saw a video, they probably would watch the video as opposed to the article. So as you can see here, 60% of online users watch video before reading a text. Again, it's one of those things where a lot of times, sometimes there's certain people that like to read certain articles because they just think that they're going to get a little bit more information out of the article as opposed to a video. And there's times where people are on the go and they just don't have time to read, and so they want to watch the video. It's definitely fine. That's something you need to kind of think about is where are a majority of the people getting this information? Well, a lot of them are getting it from video. Now, I'd recommend having both of them. Maybe you have the text version on your website and then the video part on your YouTube channel, or even maybe have a certain page about a certain condition or symptom or technique where it has a lot of text and a lot of content on there, which is great. And then you have a video about the same thing, a short video about the same thing on the top of that page. That's a double whammy. There you go. I mean, people can watch it and then people can read it if they want to. So think of things like that that you can actually enhance your website with. In 2015, you need to dedicate time to video content creation. So consumers want to see video testimonials, again, like I mentioned, demonstration videos, different professional videos of your practice, maybe a little video virtual tour, that kind of thing. Make video content a priority by creating a schedule of videos that you can look into before you take the plunge into it. Make sure you have some kind of a plan. That way you know what you're getting into before you actually do it. Create a YouTube channel, upload your videos for easy sharing, share it on social media, comments on Google+, on YouTube. All this stuff you need to kind of consider before you actually start creating the video. And if you want, you can even create the video and just hold on to it until it actually gets time for you to upload it to all these different sites. So again, it's one of those things that you definitely want to think about when you're doing video. Make sure that you have a plan. Make sure that if you have a lot of videos already ready, that you are going to know where to put it on your website. And if you don't, make sure you have any kind of icons on your website, easily accessible. That way people can actually click on the YouTube channel link on your website and get to your YouTube channel itself. Because keep in mind, videos can also show up on search result pages. If someone's searching for a certain topic and you have a video on that, there's a likelihood that it will actually pop up in the search results page along with some other pages of content from your website itself. So that creates a larger real estate, I guess. You maximize your real estate on that one page, so that way you have maybe 2 or 3 listings out of the 10 as opposed to just the 1. So next is driving website traffic to get more appointments. This is important just because over the course of 2014, search really transitioned to private, personalized searches. If anyone doesn't know what that means, a lot of times people are signed in on their, let's say on their cell phone. They're signed into Gmail. A lot of people have Gmail accounts. Or even if it's Yahoo, it doesn't really matter what you're using. Just matters what search engine you're using. So if you're using Google a lot and you have a Gmail account and you have your Gmail email linked up to your cell phone, more than likely when you search online, it's going to be searching through personalized results. And what that means is if you're signed into your Google account, whether it's Gmail or YouTube or any of those, because they're all connected, and you go and you search online, it's going to be searching as you. And so what we'll do is anyone that is in your Google Plus friends list or anything like that that's liked specific businesses of that type of content that you're searching for, it will actually populate those personalized results before showing any other what we call organic results. So sometimes the results may be a little skewed. Let's say you're searching for pizza and you actually like, you want to just see, just want to see all the different pizza spots in San Diego or any city that you're in. But then you have a lot of friends that have liked, or +1'd certain business pages for, specific pizza spots. It's going to show those pizza spots before it shows any other what we consider organic, regular results. So the results will be a lot different than any other kind of results if you weren't signed in. So mobile, that's why mobile is important, and having a Google Plus page is important because of Google and because of the way that it just auto-signs you in. Same thing with Yahoo, and same thing with Bing, too. So Bing and Facebook, those kind of things, Bing is actually attached to Facebook. So if you like certain businesses or you have a lot of friends on Facebook, it will actually show more results based off of that, the same way that Google does with Google+. So one thing you need to kind of think of is, how do you really maximize that? So it's important to include geolocation keywords in paid ads if you have paid ads. Just because personalization results that pop up, paid advertising through PPC or pay-per-click is very important because it is actually a way that you can bypass all of that by paying for your spot at the top of the page for specific results as well. Now, normally the way it works is if you have pages of content about specific topics, that will organically pull you up on the search result page. Through pay-per-click, you can pay your way to the top, basically, by having, you still need some content on the landing page itself, but you can pay to have your way up there just because it's an auction, just like how eBay kind of is. And it's one of those things where you pay for a specific, amount of money per click, and it'll populate you, somewhere at the top or somewhere on the side, on the search results. So as you know, as you can see this is like a search results page. This is the first 3 results on the top, and on the right you'll have the other 7 results, which are still pretty good if you're up here, but this is something where you can actually populate yourself and bypass any of those personalized results. Enhanced campaigns is also something that's important. They should be part of your 2015 strategy so that you can save money but increase your ROI or your return on investment. Enhanced campaigns enable you to target users on certain devices and zone in on certain areas. So what you can do is if you only want to target specific cities around your area, you can actually do that. Or if you only want to target people on mobile devices, you can actually do that as well. It lets you choose time frames your ads will display. So for like example, if a local business, we recommend that paid ads only be shown during business hours so that consumers can call and speak with the business right away. It's really not that important, and it's kind of almost a waste of money if you have your ads showing all through midnight if your business closes at 7 p.m. It's even probably bad if you have your ads showing, at 10 p.m. if your business closes at 7 p.m. I would probably have your ad show maybe, if not at the closing time, but maybe an hour after or so, just so, maybe you get a few that trickle in or whatnot. If your business closes at 5, I definitely do recommend having it at least an hour or 2 hours after, just because people might not be able to even start searching until after 5. At least they can get to your ad and they can get to your website and leave an appointment. But again, having it, let's say you're closed on the weekends. I probably recommend not even having them run on the weekends because there's no point in anyone even scheduling an appointment if they're going to have to wait 2 days anyways. They might as well just schedule it, on the weekdays. So think about that when you're kind of using that logic. And again, that's how enhanced campaigns really work. And lastly, remarketing, or also known as retargeting, should be another component of your strategy. Remarketing enables you to essentially continue marketing to online users after they left your website without completing a call to action. So remarketing campaigns are really kind of proved to be highly effective for getting website conversions, or in your case, new patients or clients. And the way it works is if someone goes to an ad and they click on the ad and they get to your landing page and there's a form on the landing page and they don't fill out the form, let's say not necessarily because they're not interested, but maybe just because they're kind of second-guessing it. They're not too sure. Maybe they want to shop around a little bit more just to kind of, see if they can get a better offer. Well, what that does with remarketing, and that's a segment, that's a portion of AdWords that needs to be set up, is it will add a cookie. If anyone knows what cookies are, it's just a way that it's like a tracking cookie onto that viewer's website, or sorry, their computer. And what it will do is it will, throughout the searches that person does on any kind of Google partner sites, which is pretty much almost every site out there. A lot of sites are Google partner sites. They'll be searching, let's say, menshealth.com or something like that, and they're just looking at that website, or they're looking at eBay, or they're looking at just whatever, YouTube, whatever it may be. Anytime you see any kind of image ad that pops up, it almost looks like spam, but it's not. That's probably a retargeting ad. Or if you've ever been to a website and you just see the same, Toyota ad pop up at the top banner and then the right little image banner, and then you go to a different website and you see that same ad pop up, it's because you're probably being retargeted, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a matter of, maybe you went to a Toyota website sometime, in the past, and they're just trying to market out to you because they know that, you might not have been interested at that time, but you might be interested if they continue to market out to you. So it's the same way as, if you need an oil change in your dealership, if you got a new car and they send you some kind of direct mail, postcard or something saying, hey, your next oil change is coming up. That reminder tends to kind of be one of those things that will actually eventually get you in. So it works with your clients and with your patients as well. Maybe they might not think to come in at that very moment, but maybe if they kind of get reminded a couple times here and there, they'll eventually stop on in. And last but not least, we have the quality content. And the quality content, again, is a huge, huge part. It's one of those things that is definitely going to keep your website at the on the search engine's results pages a lot longer. And if it's not on those pages, it's definitely going to get them on the pages. So you want to make sure that you have quality content and that the content itself has user intent considered into it. There's maybe FAQ pages, if anyone has any kind of questions in that sense. And then if they do have questions, you can easily answer them as well. So in late 2013, Google rolled out what was called Hummingbird. It's a form of an algorithm, and it focuses heavily on user intent. So what's the user actually searching for? Well, the algorithm focuses on creating distinctions between things like definitions of terms, local business, how-to videos, etc., those kind of things. Rather than returning results with one or two words from a query, it focuses on returning results that contain the entire phrase entered in the search bar. So think of it this way. If someone asks a question, okay, let's say I'm just going to use chiropractor, for example. Okay, someone searches for, San Diego chiropractor. Okay, great. But what if someone searches for where is a local chiropractor? Or let's say it's not even a chiropractor and they're talking about back pain. They're not going to just type in back pain San Diego or back pain. They might say, what is this, why am I having lower back pain? Or is lower back pain a sign of dehydration or whatever it may be? If you have something, let's just take it to extreme. Let's say someone has a rash or something like that. And, they're looking for, have itchy rash with, dry skin or something like that. It's more going to be of like a phrase than just, specific keywords. People aren't robots. People are going to be, searching in the form of questions, in the form of phrases, those kind of things. So Hummingbird really kind of caters to that, and that's something that either really helped a lot of websites or it really tanked a lot of websites back then. And it's one of those things where you don't want to be tanked. You want to definitely have it help increase your search rankings. And an easy way, again, of doing that is FAQ pages. So if you're already creating custom content for your website, make sure it's useful to the consumer itself. Make sure that they're going to be able to figure out any kind of questions that they had through the content. If you aren't, then now's the time to really start writing your own web pages, your own blog, those kind of things. A great idea is to really write a frequently asked questions page, like I mentioned, and start off, a web page with maybe a question in the title, maybe same thing with the blog, or even with the videos, and maybe you can have the video attached to that page itself. So overall, spend less time incorporating keywords. Really focus more on the needs of the reader itself. Make it less robotic. Make it a little more human. Answer their questions and maybe give them information that they're looking for. Okay, so that's really it for the foundation of 2015 web presence strategy. We do recommend putting together your 2015 marketing strategy before the end of the year so that you can really make the most out of people's new year and resolutions that they might have, and that you're ready when they really kind of start looking for you. It's going to be one of those things that people really kind of jump up and want to start the new year fresh and clean, and they're going to be excited about it, and so you should also be excited about it as well. So again, if you have any kind of questions, feel free to go ahead and type them out now. We'll go ahead and take this time to do a question and answer module. If you don't have any questions, feel free to give us a call. If you do have any further questions that you want to talk to us about in regards to a one-on-one strategy consultation, we'll go ahead and do that for you. There's no charge at all for that. It's free. And we're more than happy to go ahead and talk to you about what you can do, maybe even kind of give your website an audit, and definitely see if you can fix anything on your website, or even do anything to help better improve your website. We'll definitely help you out with that. Okay. So here's a good question. So we had a question from a user. It said, on our website, on our corporate website, imatrix.com, we only have 5 industries to select from. If I'm not one of those industries, can you help me out? We can definitely help you out. We only have those industries just because of the fact that, and we're always growing into newer industries. If you know any colleagues, definitely send them our way. But the specific industries that we have, we really cater to those industries in regards to having specific content, marketing strategies. We don't necessarily just build websites and then kind of use the same strategies for each industry. We have a lot of different industries, whether it's yoga, veterinary, optometry, those kind of things, any eye care, that kind of stuff, chiropractic. We have content specified for that. We have strategies specified for that. It's a lot different, industry in a chiropractic industry than it is, let's say, an optometry industry. Big difference with a veterinary industry. You're not dealing with humans. You're dealing with pets. I mean, even though the vets do deal with the owners, it's really the pets that they take care of. The pets are the patients. Whereas like in optometry, the patients are humans, So we definitely do cater to any kind of business. If you have any questions, give us a call. Again, we are here to help. If you have any questions in regards to your business, let us know, and we can definitely help you out down the way if you do know anyone or if you need some for yourself. Perfect. Okay, so again, if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Looks like we don't have any more questions going forward. Again, if you have anything else that you would like to ask us, give us a call, 1-800-IMATRIX. We're more than happy to help. I do want to say thank you to everyone that has attended today. If you have any questions for me, again, fill them out here or let us know. We'll send this webinar recording out in the next day or so that way you have it. And if you know any colleagues that didn't get a chance to see it, or if you came in late, you can feel free to get that recording. As long as you registered, you'll get an email with the recording on it. So thanks again, everyone. Hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful New Year and happy holidays.